what we've done so far. Added a starting pitcher in Giolito, brought in, someone that we feel like should, is capable of holding down second base for a long time in Grissom. Made the Verdugo trade, brought in Tyler O'Neill, some additional tweaks on the margins. I think what we have in front of us is an opportunity to continue to look for ways to improve the long and short-term outlook of the team. I think we're comfortable with the group. I think Tyler O'Neill adds, a really valuable dynamic. We also have some young guys that we expect to take a step forward, but we're also going to continue to look. And if the opportunity presents itself, we'll certainly be willing to engage. I think this is going to be a very competitive team. I think it's going to be a team that is going to that's going to see its players take a meaningful step forward. And I think, there's a really exciting young core of players that we are really, really excited about. And I think that fans are going to fall in love with. I think it's as awkward as one makes it. I think Alex has been pretty outspoken about his comfort with the situation. And, similarly, I've talked about how excited we are for him to manage this team. And any conversations that we have will take place between Alex and me. Neither of us wants this to be a distraction. And I think, so long as we can honor that, then it doesn't have to be awkward. I think every situation is unique. I think, we've been pretty transparent about what we're trying to build, and trying to figure out, kind of who fits into that and how they fit in is a task in and of itself. And then beyond that, for all of these things to come together requires mutual interest. So, really, really difficult to answer specifically outside of saying that we're evaluating every one of those situations. And, the chance to call Theo a mentor and an advisor and to be able to call on him in real time is incredibly valuable and meaningful to me. I think we've both acknowledged that he doesn't have an interest in, some of the more, kind of day-to-day minutia of roster transactions and decision making. But, I also would say it'd be foolish for me not to bounce ideas off of him and get his perspective on things. Pretty clear that Rafaela possesses the skills to be a game changer on defense. I think we'll see over the course of the next 5 or 6 weeks, if the major leagues is the best environment for him, or if additional time in AAA is. Fortunately, outfield and kind of young, dynamic, athletic outfielders is an area of strength of ours. So I think it is to be determined, right? Obviously, Jaron did a great job prior to the injury. I think we saw immense potential with Rafaela. That's why we're here. I think competition is a really, really good thing, particularly when you feel good about all options. We can talk about, his at-bats and the offensive profile and what he can contribute. And then, I know a lot was made of some defensive deficiencies early on. I think we saw some progress. So, I think this is a huge opportunity for us to push, because any steps forward he can make defensively gives Alex and gives the staff more flexibility. Once we kind of pick our 26-man roster, the objective very clearly is to optimize for wins. And if, Yoshida taking a majority of at-bats at the DH position is what does that, then we need to be open to it. But I also anticipate him coming into spring with a much better appreciation for what a major league season looks like, what defensive preparation and work can look like, and give him every opportunity to take a meaningful step forward. I would say that it isn't necessarily true that pitching talent has to be acquired via the draft, right? Like I think when we look at Fitz and Weissert and Judice returns and the Verdugo deal, guys that I think certainly raise our floor and provide some upside. I think additionally free agency has proven to be one way of attracting, major league ready talent. So I think, there is going to be a time where, we behave as the Red Sox have. And we need to make sure that when we do that, we do it, in a very disciplined way and in a way, that complements that you're talking about. So I think we have a really, really talented pitching group. I think we're going to, to spend the next 6 weeks and candidly beyond figuring out the right way to deploy that talent. Because we have a number of guys who have, thrived and struggled in a variety of roles. But I think, so far we had a bunch of player meetings this morning. The feedback has generally been really, really positive. I think what Andrew is bringing is a sense of excitement and enthusiasm, but also structure around the workday. And there are very clearly defined goals for each player with an eye on getting the best performance we can out of each of them.